Is there a meaning to life? Is there a purpose to life? These are enormous questions, of course. And in my experience, with all the meditation practice I did and the seeking I've done, I don't actually think there's an answer. I don't think there is a meaning or a purpose that is absolute. I really do believe that meaning and purpose is something that we have to find in our own life for ourselves. And it is not a generic answer. But I do know this: feeling meaningless and feeling like there's no purpose, it makes us anxious. It doesn't make us happy. So it's very, very important that you find for yourself what makes you tick. What is the thing that lights you up? And your answer to that question will be fundamentally different, more than likely, to mine. It's about finding your own truth. And of course, the question there is, how do you do that? A question I was given years ago by somebody was, if you don't know what you want to do with your life, what would you do if you did? And it's kind of like a riddle. But when you sit with that question and really consider it and really ignore all the answers which are related to money or related to shoulds and ought tos, but actually you really consider, what is it that I really love? And the fabulous thing about any choice you make in your life is that you can change. You can end up going down a path, but you might find, actually, this is not what I want. This is not really who I am. You can change. It is absolutely possible to redirect your life. And I have done it countless times. So here's some ideas of what will help in trying to establish your purpose. The first one is pretty obvious, I think. It's to sit quietly with yourself and ask yourself, what makes me tick? What are my loves? And weirdly enough, the first thing that comes into your head is usually the best. Your mind will then start to excuse and come up with all the reasons why you shouldn't do that or can't have that. Go with your heart or go with your gut rather than your logical head. It's okay to be frivolous. It's okay to be bold. Honestly, no harm done. If things don't work out, like I said earlier, you can always change direction. Secondly, this is true for me, I'm sure it's true for many, many people, is that you don't find your purpose. Your purpose isn't something you find, and it's not something that appears in a job description. It's something you create. And by putting a step forward into the thing you love, you'll find that your purpose will create itself for you, that you create it. It isn't something that appears by magic. Follow your curiosity, follow your interests. Like I said earlier, the things that really, really make you tick and that you love are the things that will transform your life, and you'll find purpose in those things. This is a really lovely one, is waste your time doing something rather than wasting your time doing nothing. Sitting around waiting for the right moment or waiting for the correct answer or waiting for inspiration means all you're doing is waiting, and you can spend decades just sitting around. It is really important to, like I said, just put a step forward and do something. If you're doing a job you hate, I know lots of people that do jobs they do not enjoy, but for them, they do the job they do in order that in their spare time, it affords them the time to do the thing they really love, whether it's art or music or rock climbing, whatever it might be. So your job, this is a really important one to remember. Your job, your career is not who you are. It might be an aspect of who you are, but it's not entirely who you are. You might find yourself in the most amazing situation where your job, your career, and your loves and likes are all combined together, but that's not necessarily the truth. Like I said, I know so many artists in particular who love their artwork. In order to afford that love, they do something else that maybe they don't like so much. But it's okay, especially when you're young, to have a myriad of things going on, and you'll find over time that will hone itself into a full life and a purposeful life. This really follows on from the last one. You are a multifaceted, multicellular organism, which means there are different aspects of you that will be fed by different things. As far as we're all aware, you only have one life. Allow yourself space and time to really consider what it is you love. This is such an important thing, and follow that, follow your love. By the way, if you're enjoying this extraordinary video, could you please like and subscribe? It makes a huge difference to me. I wish someone had told me this when I was in my 20s. You don't have to have it all figured out in your 20s, that you will find through experience your life changes direction. And so thinking that you have to have everything sorted, your career, your love life, your money situation, the purpose and meaning of your life organized and sorted, is a complete fallacy. It is okay to be confused. Some of the most wonderful and interesting people I know are in their 50s still confused, and they're wonderful. It's okay not to be absolutely clear about what you want to do and what you want to be. You have time. Even at my age, there isn't this pressure to work everything out, that you have time to develop as a human being. And the really interesting thing, of course, is as you find your purpose and meaning, you actually find that the goal, the end goal, the end game is not the answer. The answer is the absolute joy and wonder of the journey. That's really where your happiness comes from. It's not from attaining or acquiring something. It's the process of moving towards that thing. And that can be a lifetime. And as you get older, you always also find that your experience, your life experience, gives clarity to your life. That through just the experiences you have, you are more defined. You find as life goes by and experiences, the rough edges get knocked off you, and you find yourself a much more rounded, much more connected and happier person through the experiences you have. Anyway, those are my ideas for finding purpose and meaning in your life. I'm really interested in what you do and what you find helps. Could you please, in the meantime, like and subscribe? And I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below.